Greetings, Seekers, and welcome back to DungeonFog. In this video, we are going to be looking at the token tool. Now, the token tool is a very useful tool that you can use to help populate and fill out your maps. So, looking at our tavern here, it's looking a little empty and a little bare. So what we're going to do is we're going to use some tokens to help actually bring the map a little bit more to life. And tokens are a great way to also help you as a GM to indicate specific named NPC characters other than just generic tavern or building folk. It is also a great way to indicate any monsters or creatures that your players might be engaging with. And finally, and perhaps maybe most importantly, it is a useful tool to allow your players to indicate their positioning on the map as well. So each token operates essentially like a asset along with a texture that a wall or floor can have as well. So what we're going to look at here under the tokens, which is indicated by the monster symbol here. First and foremost, we can name our token. So let's just name our token Barkeep, indicated in this section here beside the asset preview window. We can see the asset pack that it's from, and more specifically, which ones it's attributed to. So we can just click on this asset here. This brings up our search menu. So we're going to look for human. Perfect. Much like looking for an asset, we can search through various preset packs that are available to us. I just did the search bar and searched for human, and it brought me up everything that is labeled as such that can be used for a token. So we're going to use this, not so pleasant looking face here. Underneath the asset window here, you have your size, which can go anywhere from range 1 to 10. And that'll be indicated in the size that it'll appear on the map editor in just a moment. You can change its colorization, but again, we are going to be tackling that in a different video, so we'll just hide that for now. Much like an asset, we can change its rotation, mirror it horizontally or vertically in relation to its preview up here in the window. If we want it to have a border or a background, and we'll see this in just a minute, we can enable this or disable it by clicking this toggle window here. And if we enable the border and background, we can then choose whether or not this token will cast a shadow or not, much like an asset will. When you have the asset cast a shadow whenever you're first placing it down, not when it's interacting with a light source. A little extended box will appear around the asset when you drop it down. Same thing with the token. And then here's where we can start tooling around a little bit with the different kind of borders that we have. So as if we were placing down a wall and a floor in the drawing rooms tool, we can then indicate what kind of background the token will have. To show you how this works, let's actually drop a token into the map, and then we can start playing a little bit around with the texture and background of that token. Much like any asset, we can have it defaulted to snap to grid, or by pressing the shift key, what I can do is I can move it around anywhere I want. So we're gonna have this guy sitting right about here. All right, there's our token right there. Let's just select the token. And now some more tools pop up as soon as we select our token and have it highlighted. We can then change its sight. We can enable this creature to have vision and then indicate how many feet it actually has vision. This is going to appear as a series of circles indicated in the campaign module that we'll be exploring much later in the series. So for now, we will have him as a standard vision of 30 feet. Most creatures, especially humans, have an effective range of about 30 feet. Our alignment, of course, snap to grid or not snap to grid. Our arrangement, this we'll touch on more when we enter into the levels and layering tool. Our GM tools, whether this creature or token is concealed or not, and exactly like every other type of asset that is out there, if it's concealed, it just becomes a little bit more transparent. In this case, you can barely make out the vision of the token inside the bordered circle there. And then, of course, whether this token is going to be a light source emitter and then allowing us to edit all of those functions as if we were creating a new light source using the dynamic lighting tool. So back up to the border here. Currently right now it is a polished stone. We can click on that and select a new texture. So let's select, kind of blends into the floor a little bit, doesn't it? But that's okay, because we can change its rotation, 90 degrees, and its scaling to 50%, let's say. Exactly like we would be altering the texture of a wall or floor. On a final note, when you actually name your token as well, a little bubble will appear under its name indicating what it is called. And I'll just zoom in a little bit here so you can see exactly what that looks like. And there we are. There's our barkeep indicated right there. And there you have it. A very, very quick video today, guys. I do apologize that this one took a little bit longer for me to get out today, but the tokens tool is very, very simple to use because it functions very similar to placing an asset and has very similar features of both the asset tool and the drawing rooms tool. So it's like a sort of scaled down version of both of those combined into one. If you have any questions on how to alter the background or the border of the asset in a little bit more detail, you can always go back to the drawing rooms video that I've done. And as well, if you're interested in figuring out how to manipulate the tokens actual physicality on a little bit more detail, you can always refer back to the assets video that I did. I go into how you can manipulate an asset appearance in a lot more detail in that video. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I do appreciate you all coming by and checking out the video. We are posting usually once a week with our DungeonFog content to try to keep that on pace, as well as new content and new games over on my Twitch channel. So if you're not following me over on Twitch, make sure to drop a follow over there. That is twitch.tv/EsquireVT. You can also make sure that you are subbed to the channel and hit the bell icon so you get notifications when I upload new content. That way you don't miss any of the new videos that are coming out when I post them. The support is always appreciated, and I'll see you guys in the next video.